Hi all, welcome to the final mock test discussion video of iLearn's Kyoto Prelims environment and ecology session. So in this particular video, we'll be discussing the final topic, which is global environmental programs and initiative. And in the previous 4 days, we had seen a number of topics or most important topics which need to be focused upon based on our previous year question paper analysis. So let me start the analysis or discussion of the final mock test regarding global environmental programs and initiative. So here is it. This particular test was regarding the major global initiatives. Okay. So this particular exam was regarding the major global initiatives or programs which is there for protecting our environment. So with respect to UPSC, this particular program is important. This particular module is important, as you all know, because I had explained this particular fact, importance of this particular topic. Every year you can expect 5 or 6 questions, as we saw in environment analysis section. So this particular paper, this particular test includes the most recent current affairs. So it is very highly important for you to practice this question paper, practice the topics which we have included in this particular test. So let me start the first question. Consider the following. Which of the, here you have given some 4 factors, 4 options. Which of the following are the targets of the UNCCD 2018-2013 strategic framework? So UNCCD had come up with a strategic framework for 2018 to 2030 to achieve something called land degradation neutrality. Simply to protect or to prevent the degradation of land. Okay, so for preventing land, for protecting land or preventing it from going under degradation, they have come up with a strategy framework. And which of are the components of that particular strategy framework, objectives of that particular strategic framework? So these are it. Improving the conditions of affected ecosystem, a very general one, a very positive one. Mitigation and management of drought, again a very positive one, something related to degradation. Mobilizing financial capital to prevent desertification, again a very general one. So to attain land degradation neutrality, there should be a land degradation neutrality fund. So through this fund, UNCCD will finance the desertification preventing activities. And not only just financial capital, they need to build human capital also, to make citizen aware, to make citizen or people around the globe aware about the problems of degradation. They need to educate them. Getting it? So here also we have to develop a human capital development. That can be a logic. Okay, so all these are the answers. Okay, options or targets of UNCCD strategy framework. Getting it? So first option D is the correct answer. Got it? Then go with the second one. With reference to Global Environment Facility, GEF, Global Environment Facility, a major financing facility for major mechanism for facilitating funds and finance for global environmental actions programs. Which of the following statements are correct? That was the question. So GEF was established at 1992 Rio Summit. So I had mentioned you that UPSC has some behavior of asking questions from the very history of Rio conventions. So GEF is a fundamental concept. Okay, one of the major components, major actions initiated in 1992 Rio Summit, which is correct. GEF funds are available to both developed and developing countries. In fact, this particular statement is wrong. Why? Because GEF funds are only available to either developing countries or economies in transition. Funds are not available to developed countries. In fact, those developed countries are transferring funds from their economy to developing countries' economy. Okay, so first statement, second statement is wrong. Then GF work as the financial mechanism exclusively to UNFCC. Is there any rotten tomato there? It funds, it facilitate finance for most of the major environment related conventions. Okay, so exclusively to UNFCC is a wrong statement, which is a rotten tomato there. If you eliminate the third one, you'll get answer as A, one only. Got it. So this is it. Second one, A only, one only is the answer. Going with the third statement, third question, consider the following pairs regarding various environmental initiatives or agreement and their origin. Okay, related concept. Match the following. This is a very simple question. Those who know the fundamentals, those who know the basics of environment or global conventions. The Convention on Migratory Species, which is what? Not Basel Convention, but Bonn Convention. Bonn Convention. This is pretty much there in news because Bonn Convention, its latest conference of parties was there in India, held in India. So first pair is wrong. First pair is wrong. Basel Convention. It's not CMS. CM is actually Bonn Convention. Then the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, CITES, which is also known as Washington Convention, which is true. 2 is correct. Then IUCN Rio Convention. This is a very simple option, most simple option among the three. IUCN can be eliminated, so this can be also eliminated. Here we have 2 only as the answer. Got it? Then going with the fourth one, again, this is a very important current affair. Very important current affair, has to refer this one. Okay, any aspirant should refer or explore this particular topic. Consider the following statements regarding World Environment Situation Room. World Environment Situation Room, something related to environment. It's a digital platform that aims at harnessing big data on the environment for sustainable development. Harnessing big data, environment situation room. They need to check the situation of environment. The only thing which will enable them to do so will be data. Okay, so that should be the logic. So this is a data analyzing technology using a internet platform, big data analytics technology. So first statement is correct. And what about the second one? It was launched by UNEP, something related to environment. So it should be, can be UNEP. I told you, right? UNEP, WWF, IUCN. Other than the Rio conventions, these three are UPSC's favorite. So this is a current affair. Both 1 and 2 are correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct. Got it. Then going with the fifth one, Act Now initiative recently appeared in news is associated with. Act Now initiative recently appeared in news is associated with IPCC, UNFCC, UNDP, MOEFCC, India. Because a similar question was asked last year. Climate neutral now. Climate neutral now. That was the previous initiative of UNFCC. Last year's initiative. And this one is Act Now 2020's initiative. 2020's initiative. So this particular initiative is from UNFCC. An initiative which calls for individual actions to prevent climate change. Okay. So fifth one, B is the correct answer. Got it. Then sixth one, consider the following statements. Global Tiger Forum, formed in 1993, is the only intergovernmental international body to embark on a global campaign to protect tiger. Again, an initiative regarding tiger protection. Global Tiger Forum, formed in 1993, is the only intergovernmental international body to embark on a global campaign to protect tiger. Here we can put a tomato. What is it? Only. So if you go with that technique, you may be getting it wrong. But I always told you that if you have the fundamental knowledge, you have to keep it before the technique. If you have any cemented knowledge, you have to keep that knowledge before the technique. Rather than going with the technique, you should be going with the knowledge. So here, in fact, this particular statement is correct. It is the only intergovernmental body for protecting tigers in all the tiger range countries, not in all the countries. In fact, there are only 13 tiger range countries. There are only 13 tiger range countries. So this particular initiative is focusing on protecting tigers in tiger range countries. Got it? So let me go with the seventh one. Consider the following statements regarding UNFCC. UNFCC. And I have to remember you one more thing. There is one more initiative, Global Tiger Initiative, which is a public-private partnership, not an intergovernmental organization. Okay, Global Tiger Initiative is an public-private partnership, not exclusive and intergovernmental platform. So GTF is the only intergovernmental platform which protects tigers in tiger range countries. Got it? Sixth one, A is the answer. Got it? Then, seventh one, consider the following statements regarding UNFCC. Its main objective is to stabilize the quantity of ozone depleting gases in atmosphere. Is that correct? Is that correct? Its main objective is to stabilize the quantity of ozone depleting gases. No. Preventing ozone depleting gases is the objective of Montreal Protocol, not UNFCC. UNFCC's objective is to prevent the emission of greenhouse gases. So first statement is wrong. Then UNFCC guidelines to the countries will replace the national acts and policies once they ratify the convention, which is again wrong. Why? These international convention and its policies will only complement national initiatives and national legislation. And ratifying these guidelines, it doesn't mean that these guidelines will replace them. It will only complement the national activities. So seventh one, neither one, no two is the answer. Getting it? Then eighth one, consider the following statements regarding clean development mechanism under Kyoto Protocol. Another important topic, clean development mechanism. Under Kyoto Protocol, there are three mechanisms. First one is CDM, clean development mechanism. Second one is joint implementation. Third one is emission trading. So this is clean development mechanism. So the CDM allows, look at the statement, the CDM allows emission reduction projects in developing countries to earn certified emission reduction credits, each equivalent to 1 ton of CO2. So that's how the mechanism of CDM. Okay, if a developed country implementing a clean energy project in developing country, okay, it allows emission reduction projects in developing country. If a developed country implementing a clean energy activity in developing countries, that developed country will earn some carbon credits, equivalent to 1 ton of carbon dioxide. Okay, so for those projects which are implemented in developing countries, developed countries will be benefited. So this first statement is correct. For those products in developing countries, developed countries will earn CER. Got it? So the first statement is correct. And what about the second one? CDM is the main source of income for the UNFCC Adaptation Fund. Again, this is a fundamental knowledge. UNFCC and its Kyoto Protocol has a funding mechanism which is known as Adaptation Fund, and Adaptation Fund is mainly financed from the CDM, income of clean development mechanism. In fact, 1.5% or 2%, okay, 2%, not 1.5, 2% of revenue from clean development activity should be financed into adaptation fund. So this is a fundamental thing. Second option is also correct. These are very fundamentals regarding Kyoto Protocol. And going with the third one, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, which is NABARD, is the implementing agency of adaptation fund in India. NABARD is the implementing agency of adaptation fund in India, which is again a very fundamental one. In fact, we had practiced this particular topic in our previous year exam, previous sections paper. So all the three statements are correct. Okay, this is a very important question which can be asked. This is a very important question which can be asked. Getting it? The ninth one is also another important one. Ninth one, a current affair, an important current affair. Peace Forest Initiative. Peace Forest Initiative, recently seen in news, is the initiative of UNCCD. Why this Peace Forest Initiative was in news? because UNCCD's 14th COP was held in India, and as a part of that 14th COP, South Korea launched this particular program to make what forest prevention protection and desertification prevention. These kind of activities should be used as conflict management activities between national borders. Okay, forests can be used as ecosystems, can be used as peace building measures in between two countries which are in conflict for a very long time. So this is peace forest initiative. This is highly important. UNCCD's activity. So have a look into it. A is the correct answer. And let me move on to the 10th one. Consider the following statements about UNEP, United Nations Environment Program. UNEP was founded as a result of the UN Conference on Human Environment 1972, which is a very fundamental statement, which is correct. You should be knowing the history of UNEP. Got it. Then IUCN and UNEP established Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which is not correct. Got it. It was UNEP along with WMO, World Meteorological Organization, established IPCC, not IUCN. Okay, and use the logic. IUCN has nothing to do with climate change. Okay, it is therefore species protection. Got it. So WMO is the parental agency behind formation of IPCC. Then the third one, UNEP is one of the several implementing agency for the Global Environment Facility. Again, regarding GEF, we have seen that. Okay, so please refer GEF in detail. GEF is a financing facility. Okay, it will arrange environment finances for developing countries and economies in transition. And the UNEP is one of the implementing agency to facilitate funds. So these are all fundamentals. Both 1 and 3 are correct. Got it. Then going with the 11th one, which of the following organization is behind the initiatives of Red List of Ecosystem? And you know what? Who is behind Red List of Species? Red List of Species, IUCN, right? So the very IUCN is behind the formation of Red List of Ecosystem. IUCN is also preparing a green list of ecosystem which shows the healthy list of ecosystem which are in good health. That is IUCN green list, and this is IUCN red list, a list of ecosystem which are in danger. Okay, which are threatened with extinction. So 11th one B is the answer. IUCN red list is published by red list of ecosystem is published by IUCN. Okay, the same IUCN which publishes red list of species. Got it. So 11th one B is the answer. Got it. Then 12th one, consider the following statements on Basel Convention. We'll look into the options later, but first read this. It aims to control the movement of hazardous waste across the globe. We don't know it. Let us keep it there. And read the second and third statement. India has ratified the Basel Convention, and it will adversely affect India's growth in nuclear energy sector as it controls the transboundary movement of some radioactive elements, which we'll see in the later part. But read these two statements. India has ratified Basel Convention and it will adversely affect India's growth in nuclear energy field. Can these two statements come together? That's my question. Are these statements consistent to each other? Apply statement consistency theorem here. Will India ratify a convention which will adversely affect it? That's the logic you should apply it. Will India sign a convention which should adversely affect it? No. Answer should be no. So which means statement 2 and 3 cannot come together. Okay. So that's how we have to eliminate 2 of the 4 options. Now we have left with 1. So first statement is correct. It aims to control the movement of hazardous waste across the borders. That's it. Now, second question, India has ratified Basel Convention. If such a good convention, a convention which prevents the movement of cross-border movement of hazardous waste, will India sign it? That's a question. That's a convention with a really good objective. So it's highly likely that India should sign the convention. So both the statements are correct. Okay, so this is how you have to reach the answer in this particular question. And remember that Basel Convention does not handle with radioactive elements. Okay, that's a fundamental flaw. So those who know this concept also, you can eliminate the third one, but you don't need this fact. Basel Convention does not handle radioactive waste. Those who know this fact can eliminate third one, But even though those who don't know this third statement can eliminate the last two using the statement consistency theorem. Got it. And the 13th one, Carbon Partnership Facility aims to facilitate the implementation of low carbon programs in post-Kyoto period. Then, Forest Carbon Partnership Facility focus upon reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. Both two similar concepts. Okay, and both CPF and FCPF are climate financing initiative under the aegis of European Union, which is actually wrong. I had shown you the website of World Bank, and these are two World Bank initiated activities. It has nothing to do with European Union. So if you know the FAD, you can get it. It's actually a tougher one. Okay, only if you have the FAD, you can solve it. Okay, so anyway, take this FAD from here. So okay, so take this information from here, CPF and Forest Carbon Partnership Facility. Okay, study their objective. Got it. Now let me move to the 14th one. Which of the following are climate initiative associated with the UNDP? Climate and Clean Air Coalition, a previous UPSC question. Global Environmental Facility, as we saw in the previous question. Earthwatch, Observe, Anticipate and Reshape, Portfolio Decarbonization Coalition. All are programs associated with the UNDP. Okay, so I had also shown you in the homepage of UNDP, in which we found a number of initiatives, and all these are those initiatives. So those who didn't know these facts, please remember it. This can be a good question. Okay, all these 5 activities are by UNDP, so take it as a new information. Got it. Then 15th one, a pretty simple one, Global Biodiversity Outlook. Global Biodiversity Outlook. Who will publish it? Global Biodiversity Outlook will be published by Conventional Biodiversity. Biodiversity, UNFCC, it's not related to biodiversity, it's related to climate change. World Bank, not exclusively related to biodiversity. UNDP, it's regarding the general environment, but here we have a closer option. So just like we have Global Land Outlook. Okay, just like we are having a Global Land Outlook, which is published by UNCCD, because UNCCD is associated with land. UNCCD is associated with land. So here 15th one, UNCBD is the correct answer. Okay. Then 16th one, which of the following organizations are partners to Ramsar Convention? Ramsar Convention on wetlands. Ramsar Convention on wetlands. Got it. So the first organization, BirdLife International, IUCN, Wetland International, Conservation International, World Wide Fund for Nature. Which among the 5 organizations are associated with Ramsar Convention? So Ramsar Convention has some 5 partner organizations, and among these list, Conservation International is not there. Conservation International is not there. Okay, and all other 4 are there, plus one additional organization is there. Additional 2 organizations are there. International Water Management Institute. Okay, let me show it. International Water Management Institute and Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust. Okay, in addition to these four, we have International Water Management Institute, Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust. These 6 are the, okay, not 5, these 6 are the Ramsar Convention's organization partners. IWMI, Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust. These 6 are the Ramsar Convention's organizational partners. So 16th one, C is the correct answer. Okay, so take this fact. UPSC had asked about question regarding BirdLife International and Wetland International, and now you can expect this kind of question: International Water Management Institute or Wetlands and Waterfowl and Wetland Trust. You can expect questions from this area. Got it. So if it is clear, let me move to the 17th one. Recently, India has ratified the second commitment period of Kyoto Protocol that commits countries to contain the emission of greenhouse gases. Consider the following statement regarding Kyoto Protocol, that is second phase of Kyoto Protocol. During the second commitment period, parties committed to eliminate greenhouse gas emission by 2035. Is it possible eliminating greenhouse gas emission by 2035? No, you can maximum reduce it by a certain amount. You cannot eliminate it. But this is a rotten tomato there. You cannot eliminate something like greenhouse gases. So first statement you can eliminate it. And second one, Kyoto mechanisms like international emission trading, clean development mechanism, and joint implementation were introduced in the second commitment period of Kyoto Protocol. No, these were there at the first commitment period itself. So this statement is also wrong. So answer should be neither one, not two. You're getting it? So these are very important concept. Have a look into it. Have a look into it. Then moving with the 18th one, consider the following statements regarding Stockholm Conference. Okay, the very basic conference which gave us the idea of Rio Convention, gave us the idea of sustainable development, gave us the idea of what should be sustainability, these kind of information. And UNDP was created as a result of this conference, as we saw in the previous question. This is correct. This is a very fundamental thing. Earth Hour movement of WW was conceived during this conference, which is wrong. Earth Hour is relatively a new initiative. Earth Hour movement is relatively a new initiative, so 2 can be eliminated. If you can eliminate 2, then what about third one? The conference established an environmental assessment program called Earth Watch. So remember, Stockholm Conference initiated the program called Earth Watch, an assessment program, not Earth Hour. Okay, so take it as fact. B, 1 and 3 both are correct. Got it. Then 19th one, consider the following international environment convention: Bamako Convention, Basel Convention, Bonn Convention, Rotterdam Convention. Which of the conventions given above are concerned with international movement of chemicals or hazardous waste? That is the question. Chemicals or hazardous waste? Chemicals or hazardous waste. Bamako, a convention exclusively related to African region that prevents movement of hazardous waste into Africa. So Bamako Convention prevents the movement of hazardous waste or radioactive waste into Africa. Works under UNEP. And Rotterdam Convention, which prevents the movement of chemicals and pesticides. Basel Convention, again hazardous waste. And what is regarding Bonn Convention? Bonn Convention is nothing but Convention on Migratory Species. 3 can be eliminated. Bonn Convention is nothing but Convention on Migratory Species. 3 can be eliminated. Okay, so here answer would be 1, 2 and 4. Got it. Then 20th one, with reference to RED plus, which among the following statements is or are correct? It's a collaborative program of FAO, UNDP and UNEP. Is it correct? FAO, UNDP and UNEP. So those who know this is a previous year UPSC question. Okay, UPSC had asked something related to RED plus earlier. RED plus is not related to FAO, UNDP or UNEP. RED plus was initiated by the parties to the Convention on Climate Change, UNFCC. So this statement is about RED. This statement is about RED, UN RED. Okay, not about RED plus. RED plus is different from UN RED. Got it. So this, remember this statement: FAO, UNDP, UNDP initiated UN RED program, but RED plus was initiated at UNFCC's Conference of Parties meeting. So first statement is wrong. Second one, a very basic one, a very general one: RED plus reducing emissions from degradation and deforestation with the objective of mitigating climate change through reducing emission of greenhouse gases through enhanced forest management in developing countries. Exactly, the statement is correct. Here the answer should be 2 only. Got it. Then moving forward to the 25th one, Aichi targets recently in news is adopted by or were adopted by UNCBD. Why Aichi target is there in news? So Aichi target contains some important 5 target which should be used to protect biodiversity. It is coming to an end in 2020. Okay, the target year of Aichi target was 2020. So that is why Aichi targets was there in news. Okay, so please have a look into Aichi targets. This is related to UNCBD. Got it. Then going with the 22nd one, Cartagena Protocol, a previous UPSC question. Cartagena Protocol seeks to protect biodiversity from potential risk posed by living modified organisms such as LMOs resulting from modern biotechnology. So Cartagena Protocol, its full name is Cartagena Protocol on Biosafety, to ensure biosafety that result from living modified organisms. So this particular protocol is related to UNCBD. Okay, this was a previous year question. Cartagena Protocol seeks to ensure biosafety of LMOs and its environment. So first statement is correct. And what are LMOs? Living modified organism. Living modified organism includes those organism, transgenic animals or transgenic crops, which are the result of modern biotechnology. Example, genetically modified crops, genetically modified agricultural crops. That is again a very general statement. Both the statements are correct. Both the statements are correct. Okay, 22nd one. Then 23rd one, question regarding India Biosafety Clearinghouse. Again an important one. Okay, this particular question can be expected this year. Biosafety Clearinghouse. It's an information exchange mechanism. Information exchange mechanism established to assist India to implement its provision and to facilitate sharing of information and experience with LMOs. So regarding, if you are using LMOs, if a particular country is using LMOs, you have to convey that information regarding that LMOs and its use to international community through some mechanism. And that mechanism is Biosafety Clearinghouse, which was established under Cartagena Protocol. So look at these two statements, questions. Okay, Cartagena Protocol says about LMO, and Biosafety Clearinghouse, it also says about LMO. In fact, Cartagena Protocol prescribed countries to establish a Biosafety Clearinghouse to ensure biosafety in respective countries. So these two statements are correct. Okay, and as you all know, this Biosafety Clearinghouse should be working under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So this is another important information. 1, 2, 3, all are the correct statements. 23rd one, D is the correct answer. Got it. Then going with the 24th one, consider the following statements regarding bond challenge, which was there in news. An IUCN initiative along with the government of Germany. An IUCN initiative along with the government of Germany to restore, aiming at restoring some 350 million hectares of forest land within some certain years. Okay, check the facts for more details. Bond challenge is related, different from bond convention. Please remember that. Bond challenge, a global initiative launched by IUCN along with government of Germany to restore the degraded land. Okay, so the first one is correct. Bond challenge is a global effort to bring deforested and degraded land into restoration. It was not launched by UNCCD but by IUCN. Getting it? So this is a very interesting question. IUCN in the area of desertification. Getting it? So 24th one, A is the correct answer. Have a look into it. Then the very last one. Consider the following statements regarding land degradation neutrality. Land degradation neutrality. So let me explain that concept. Here is a neutral level. Okay. Oh, here's the base level. Okay, this is a minimal level up to which a land can degrade. This is the minimal level up to which the land can degrade. If the land is degraded beyond this level, we cannot restore it. So that's a concept. This is the minimal level up to which a land can degrade. If this is up to this, the degradation is up to this level, land can again regrow. Land can again regain its ecological importance and its biodiversity. But it goes beyond this particular level, land is beyond restoration. So UNCCD's land degradation neutrality, the concept says that we should prevent degradation which goes beyond this particular value, land degradation neutrality. I hope you all clear about the concept. It's a state whereby amount and quality of land resources necessary to support ecosystem services remains stable or increases within specified ecosystems. This is it. This is the concept of land degradation neutrality. And it was not introduced at UNFCC's Conference of Parties but by UNCCD last year, 2018-19. Okay, so that is regarding the 25th one. Answer is 1 only. Here finishes our all 25 questions and our final mock test. So let me remember you something. We had done some 125 questions which included all the 11 takeaways which we discussed in our environment and ecology strategy session. And through these sessions, I believe you got many of the important insights and facts which will help you to cover the most important topics in environment. And most importantly, I believe these techniques and tips and these insights which gave by me to you will help you to cross the line, which will able to write the mains. Okay, so students, please only remember that you have to invest focus on these areas, these 125 questions and these 11 takeaways. Okay, keep on revising these topics, keep on revising these questions. It will help you. Uh, it will help you surely, for surely. Got it. So if you have any doubt, you are free to contact, and please have a follow up in the Telegram channel, because we'll be sharing some, if there are more materials for more current affairs related details. Okay, so this is it. Be confident and be brave. Okay, so revise these topics, have these techniques and tips in your mind, and all the best for your preparation, all the best for your exam. Thank you.